Hey, hi. Hi. Oh, tonight we're going to delve into the FBI vault. Bunch of their files that they declassified. Going to find out secrets of the government. True Crime on a Dime tonight is going to be about Laken Snelling. That's the Kentucky cheerleader that gave birth, left her baby in a trash bag in the closet. We're going to look at a little bit about Ellen Greenberg, and I don't know, maybe touch it on the just what's going on with the refinery fire in Los Angeles. Well, El Segundo to be precise. But anyway, so here's the intro. I'll be right back. Booyah! Hi, hope everybody's having a good night. It's Friday. I know some people hate saying that, but I love it. Friday. So weekend's coming up. It's going to be a great day. And so, hi, Oki. Hi, Steph. Sweethearts, thanks for being in here. Drop my mod love emojis. Okay. So you guys want to do True Crime on a Dime first, or you want to dig into the vault? Up to you. Up to you. Because honestly, I have a cold and my toe hurts. I don't know. I don't think I shared this with you. But I kind of dislocated my toe on Monday. Here's the crime scene. And so it's doing a lot better. It's still swollen. It's still bruised, but I can walk on it. And that's where it was, right there. That's the washing machine. That's where it grabbed my toe. And it's horrible. So we'll stop sharing that. But anyway, I call it the crime scene. Excuse me. Anyway, so, okay. Dang washing machine. Exactly. Dang grandma stumbling into the place trying to get some coffee in the morning is what happened. God. Anyway, so let's just go right into the vault, shall we? Go into the vault. Alrighty. So let's go back here. So the vault is our FOIA library consisting of 6,700 documents and other media that have been scanned from paper into digital copies so you can read them in the comfort of your home or office. Included here are many FBI files that have been released to the public but never added to this website. Dozens of records previously posted on our site, but removed as request diminished. Files from our previous FOIA library and previously unreleased files. So here's the thing. I've been playing around in this. This is the A to Z index. So let me see if I can make this bigger. And let me go in here. See if I can get rid of me. God, I hate these things. StreamYard sucks. Come on, man. Come on. There. Ta-da! Okay. Let's go back here. So, all kinds of things. There's Al Capone. Stuff about the ACLU. Aristotle Onassis. No problem. Anna Nicole Smith. Albert Einstein. Al Gore. Alleged missing Civil War gold in Dents Run, Elk County, Pennsylvania. Ooh. There's Schittler. Alcatraz escape attempt, 1941. And these go on and on. Amelia Earhart. What else do we have here? Black September. Bloods and Crips gangs. Bonnie and Clyde. Breitbart News. Yeah, it is quite a list. We're only in the B's. Ooh, biometric investment. That's a tinfoil hat one. Because do I have stuff for you? Talking about genetic altering through jabs. Benjamin Spock. Boo. He's the guy that my mom read when she was reading on bringing up a child. Oh, look, there's Charlie Manson. Charlie Chaplin. Hey, Mustang, how are you, sweetheart? So, all kinds of stuff. There's Colin Powell. Church of Scientology. Ooh, wonder what they got on them. Domestic Terrorism Symbols Guide. Let's look at that. And these are hard to read sometimes. Part 1. Because, a lot of these, especially the really super old ones, were all handwritten. Animal rights or environmental violent extremism. I'm going to say, nah. Let's go back. This is what I was looking at because you know me. Unexplained phenomena. I want to know why Anna Nicole Smith is on there. That's a good question. We can go look at her. Here is the National Investigations Committee on Aerial Phenomenon. But we can go look at Anna Nicole. LM. Anna Nicole Smith. Let's look. Anna Nicole Smith, 1967-2007, was a celebrity and a model, and she was born Vicki Lynn Marshall. Smith was involved in 3 FBI investigations between the years 1999 and 2004. Let's look. On 3/4/2004, Anna Nicole Smith, redacted, received threats of bodily harm to their persons via email and posted on the website AnnaNicole.com. The above captioned case has been opened and assigned to the writer on 3/22. See, this is what it looks like. It looks like medical records. think this is criminal history, records, SOS image, CP report, copies of SBC Bill 492, something, copies and emails. Criminal history, MI, SOS records, SOS image, and CP report. I have been asked by special agents of the Federal Bureau of Investigation to permit a complete search of the residence located at redacted. So all this is redacted. Permission slips. Kalamazoo City District County Prob, Portage, Michigan. What? Copies of 2 emails belonging to blank. Oh, look, they were faxing back then. To the Portage Police Department, 10/21/2004, Records Department. Please provide copies of incident investigation reports on 121398 and probably case numbers or report numbers. Ooh, request to open a grand jury subfile. On March 4th, 2004, Anna Nicole Smith received threats of bodily harm to their persons. That was the first page. Oh, there's a whole bunch of redundancy. Government stuff. Oh, here's the email. I have to off you, and I will. I will also off your attorney. Neither of you understand why, but the earth is better off without you. 1 year, and you're both deceased. That's nasty. That's requesting records. Subpoena for the grand jury records. Looking. Message confirmation. Subpoena request form. Previous title. Title marked changed to reflect identification of subject. Okay, Anna Nicole Smith, victim. Synopsis. Set lead for Detroit at Portage. Enclosed for Detroit is a photocopy of the printout of the threatening email. On 3/4/04, model celebrity Anna Nicole Smith received a threatening email via the webmaster feedback function of her website, annanicole.com. Pookie! Hi. The email read, and I just read that. I don't know why it says I have to. Oh, okay, so here's the thing. Here's what they did, guys. Threatening interstate communications, punishable by up to 5 years imprisonment. However, such cases are not usually charged after only one offense in the Central District of California, unless mitigating circumstances exist to indicate that the subject represents a viable threat. The USAO, the U.S. Attorney's Office, advised that they would consider charging blank at this time if likely to make further threats. The USAO advised they would definitely seek charges against blank if he in fact sends any further threats. Well, that's kind of neat. Part 2. Yeah. Do it. What is this? Pierce Marshall victim. Murmur for hire. Ooh. What? Smith's ATT. Attorney. Smith, Vicky Lynn. Blah, blah. Thinks. Do they hire doctors to write these things, for crying out loud? She not want blank as a boyfriend. Is that what that says? Looks like boy. Should cover it. No. It says pulls a GUN from Hemper. GUN in case. Calmed down, and she let him sleep at approximately 2,500 hours. Approximately J, 500.00. I don't know what that is. Smith locked doors. Called letter. She told him no longer welcome. Dude. Day after blowout. Call day after. 2 weeks prior to blowout. That looks like stupid, but it says stopping something him. Oh, why don't they transcribe these? Dad from 5 p.m. came up blank to visit. Unmanners. Father in car could not see. Ooh. Okay, there's photos. Anna gridding photo paper. Tattoos. Oh, this must be the victim. Amped SP10 taken accidentally after they met. Did not recall. Daniel Wayne Smith, 14. Let's see. What if somebody tried to KILL her? Says Pierce Marshall vet murder for hire. Oh, nope. Looks like she was arrested. Yeah, she's kind of boring. Okay. We find something else. We'll go back to unexplained phenomenon. Because I'm all about that. Majestic 12. Do you guys know what that is? This is like a super secret thing about the UAPs and aliens and stuff. Majestic 12 in 1988, 2 FBI offices received similar versions of a memo titled Operation Majestic 12, claiming to be highly classified government document. The memo appeared to be a briefing for a newly elected President Eisenhower on a secret committee created to exploit a recovery of an extraterrestrial aircraft and cover up this work from public examination. An Air Force investigation determined the document to be fake. Fake documents way back then. Enclosed for the Bureau is an envelope which contains a possible classified document. On September 15th, 1988, U.S. Air Force Office of Special Investigations, Special Agent Redacted, received the document from Redacted, claims that an individual at the school whom he refused to name gave it to him, claiming he received it in the mail. Dallas notes that within the last 6 weeks, there have been local publicity regarding Operation Majestic 12, with at least 2 appearances on a local radio talk show discussing the Majestic 12 operation, the individuals involved, and the government's attempt to keep it all secret. It's unknown if this was all part of a publicity campaign. Yeah. Blank from the OSI, Office of Special Investigations, advises that Operation Blue Book, mentioned in the document on page 4, did exist. Dallas realizes that the purported document is over 35 years old, but does not know if it has been properly declassified. The Bureau is requested to discern if the document is still classified. Oh, look at that. Bogus. Bogus. Document prepared, looks like 16 November 1952. Note, this document has been prepared as a preliminary briefing only, and it should be regarded as introductory to full operation briefing intended to follow. Operation Majestic 12 is a top secret research and development intelligence operation. Y'all don't believe they do stuff like that? Hey, Remy. Hi, Annie. No, they don't do secret things that we don't know of. They do secret things the president doesn't know of. Control Majestic 12 group. Magic 12. That's what they were called after, which was established by a special classified executive order of President Truman on 24 September 1947, upon recommendation by Dr. Vannevar Bush and Secretary James Forrestal. All the guys involved. The death of Secretary Forrestal on 22nd May 1949 created a vacancy which remained unfulfilled until 1 August 1950, upon the date General Walter Smith was designated as a permanent replacement. Oh, here we go. On 24 June 1947, a civilian pilot flying over the Cascade Mountains in the state of Washington observed 9 something or another disc-shaped aircraft traveling in formation at a high rate of speed. By the way, this is where they name them flying saucers, because he said they look like tea saucers. Okay. Although this was not the first known sighting of objects, it was the first to gain widespread attention in the public media. Hundreds of reports of sightings of similar objects followed. Many of these came from highly credible military and civilian sources. These reports resulted in independent efforts by several different of the military to ascertain the nature and purpose of these objects in the interest of national defense. A number of witnesses were interviewed, and there were several successful attempts to utilize aircraft in efforts to pursue the reported discs in flight. Public reaction bordered on near hysteria at times. Near hysteria at times. Why?
Well, why the big secret? People are smart. They can handle it.
A person is smart. People are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it.
Boom. Dumb, panicky, dangerous animals. In spite of these efforts, little of substance was learned about the objects until a local something reported that one had crashed in a remote region of New Mexico, located approximately 75 miles west of Roswell Army Air Base. Boom. I'm liking this. I'm not going to do this, though. I'm not going to really go into this tonight. And hang on. Here we go. Yep, there. Okay. StreamYard. Never knew that about flying saucers. Yeah. The things that you learn here. Yes, get your tinfoil out. Get your tinfoil out. I'm not going to be on here long tonight because, like I said, I am fighting a cold. My toe hurts like hell. Kind of got a little migraine going on. Probably either the solar storms. Yeah, me too. I love that movie, Men in Black. But the solar storms, or maybe it's I don't know. Was that barometric pressure? Yeah, we'll call it that. Oh, thank you, Mustang. Appreciate that. So what we're going to do just real quick, and then we're going to get on out of here because I'm sure there's all kinds of neat stuff going on. We are going to do True Crime on a Dime. What did it do? Hang on. Here we go here. Yes. All that. No, that's not the one I want. Remove. Get rid of that. Bear with me, please. Hold on. Hold on. I know what I need to do. Da 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 da. Open. Okay, this works. I hope this works. I don't know. My brain isn't braining. Ever had those days? Ever had those days? Here we go. Okay, so we're going to talk about Lake and Snelling. And I don't know if we can actually make this bigger. Let's see what happens here. Okay, that'll work. I need rest. Okay, cool beans. Let me see what's going on here. No, that's not what I want. I want this. Maybe. I'm checking. There's all kinds of true crime in that pic. Oh my goodness. Okay, so here's the thing. God, this makes me crazy. There we go. Okay, so have you guys heard about this? Yeah, this thing. Okay, so Lake and Snelling is a student at the University of Kentucky. She's 21 years old, and she's pretty. She's pretty. She's on the cheerleading squad. She's actually part of what they call the stunt squad. Stunt squad. God. Okay. I'm trying to get this bigger. Anyway, so here's the deal. So she's on the stunt squad, which are the people that stand on other people and do the flips and all that kind of stuff. See, look at her. Isn't she pretty? Isn't she pretty? Presenter mode on the bottom right. I don't know. You'll have to help me sometime, Steph, because I tried to get all these together. Anyway, so well, you can see she was pregnant in those pics too. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. All right. So on Wednesday, August 27th this year, about 10:30 in the morning, police were dispatched for an unresponsive infant at the residence in the 400 block of Park Avenue. When officers arrived, they located an infant that was pronounced deceased at the scene. So she faces charges of concealing the birth of an infant, tampering with physical evidence, and abuse of a corpse. And here's the picture. It's very fuzzy. Very fuzzy. She looks a little pooky right here, poofy. This is her at rehearsals. All right, now this is January. Okay. This is her in January. This is her in July. Not quite what you were thinking, Book. Okay, so here's the thing. So Lakin was out when the police were at her house, and she comes home and is packed. Her roommates are there, police are there, they've got an ambulance there. And so they're like, yay, we found a baby here. So she admits to giving birth to it. And the thing was that she was hiding this. She was hiding this from her friends. Remember that picture I just showed you? That she's hiding it. Anyway, so let me stop sharing this for just a second and share this instead. That was brilliant. Here we go. So this is a little old. Oh, okay. This is a little old. All right. This is from, well, this says Friday, October 3rd, but the actual article is from September 26, 2025, from the Kentucky Colonel. Isn't that cute? Like KFC. Get it? Get it, huh? Get it, huh? Huh? Kentucky Colonel? Okay, never mind. So the records reveal police believe the former University of Kentucky. Every time I see it written like this, I think of United Kingdom. University of Kentucky student's baby was full term and alive at birth. Content warning. This article contains graphic descriptions of pregnancy, childbirth, and infant death. Reader discretion is advised. So records obtained by the Kentucky Colonel. I'm going to have to giggle every time so I'm just going to call it the Colonel, okay? Today revealed that Lakin Snelling told medical staff at the University of Kentucky Labor and Delivery, that's a hospital, that her baby displayed a little bit of fetal movement at birth. He made a whimper, and she, look at the quotes here, she guessed the baby was alive. A signed affidavit by Lexington police filed on September 4th states the newborn appeared to be full term when discovered, and records in her case refer to him as such. Affidavits attached to search requests filed on September 4th and September 8th also show that police conducted a search warrant of Snelling's phone and requested access to her Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, and shared iCloud account with her mother. The search of her phone resulted in locating several searches, including different things pertaining to pregnancy, images of her during labor, photos of her doing things ordinary pregnant women would not be doing, and a concealed or hidden pregnancy, the record said. The investigation records state the photos taken while she was in labor were deleted in an attempt to hide the birth, leading police to believe that other items could have also been deleted in an attempt to hide any evidence of the pregnancy, birth, or newborn baby. The search warrant requests for Snelling's social media and iCloud accounts state that the police investigating the case believe these accounts could contain current or deleted information that relates to Ms. Snelling's pregnancy, to the birth of the full-term baby, and ultimately its potential demise. The investigation affidavit states that Snelling was detained, transported to police headquarters, and later to the University of Kentucky Hospital on the day of the birth, where she spoke to officers and medical staff. Yeah, what the actual fuck? She knew she was pregnant. I mean, I've heard cases of people going, oh my God, I didn't know I was. No, she knew she was pregnant. She looking up stuff on the internet about it. Okay, so Snelling told police she gave birth at 4 a.m. on August 27th. The baby fell onto the floor, and she didn't think he was breathing or alive, according to the affidavit. Around the same time, one of Snelling's roommates sent a message in their Snapchat group stating that she heard loud noises or something had fallen, according to a police interview with the roommate. Another roommate confirmed hearing the noises and stated they lasted for approximately an hour. Snelling told police that she was awake for around 30 minutes after giving birth before falling on top of the baby. She passed out. When she woke up from passing out, she got up and observed the baby turning blue and purple. She said she believed him to be dead and wrapped the baby up like a burrito and laid next to it because it gave her a little comfort in the moment, the affidavit said. She was then awoken up by her 7:30 a.m. alarm, at which point she went to the kitchen to get a black trash bag. She told police she came back into her room, placed the baby, still wrapped in a towel, in the trash bag, and then put the trash bag inside the closet. Snelling told police then she took a shower to clean off the blood before cleaning up the rest of the blood in her room with paper towels and the towel she had wrapped the baby in. She also said she placed the placenta inside a Ziploc bag and placed it in the black trash bag. Snelling then wrapped the baby back up with the towel, placed the trash bag back in the closet, and shut the door. At 8:48 a.m., Snelling responded in a group chat stating the noises were caused by her passing out as she had not eaten and had not been feeling well. She told them she was going to see a doctor. Snelling told police she then left her residence at about 9:30 for her 9:30 a.m. class, but sat in her vehicle in the parking lot instead of attending. The affidavit said she stated she was not feeling well, so she ordered McDonald's through the McDonald's app. She told police she then picked up her food, went to the University of Kentucky Student Clinic, where she also did not go inside, and then returned home. Records show that police arrived at her residence at 10:34 a.m., her roommate having called them to report discovering the baby, and that Snelling returned home shortly thereafter and was detained by patrol officers. Snelling's roommate, curious as to her story and suspicious of her pregnancy, despite never confirming it with her. Okay, stop. Her roommates, which I'm assuming are also her friends, noticed that her belly's getting big, right? Nobody said, hey, Lakin, is there something that you need? I mean, We can help you through whatever. Do you want to talk to us? Nobody flat out came out and go, girl, you pregnant. Nothing. They didn't confirm it. Okay, so they entered her room while she was gone. Lincoln left. They broke into her room. They discovered a blood-soaked towel on the floor and a plastic bag containing evidence of childbirth, as well as the deceased newborn baby. You know, Steph, from what I've seen, yeah, she's a mean girl. Hey, JP. Hi, honey. How are you? So, Snelling pleaded not guilty to charges of abuse of a corpse. Let me go back here. I want to show you this real quick. Here we go. Stop sharing that for a second. And share this window. Here we go. So this is the Fayette County coroner for the baby. They're calling it infant Snelling. It was a boy. The date of death was 8/27/25. Time of death was, and they're saying 10:59 because that's when the coroner came and confirmed the baby was dead. Okay. So it says preliminary autopsy has been completed. The findings are inconclusive. Extensive microscopic analyses are essential to determine the cause and manner of death. So this is the coroner's note here. I understand the community's concern and sensitivity surrounding the death of a child. This death affects many lives in our neighboring state of Tennessee, as well as those in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. We are currently conducting a thorough and methodical death investigation to ensure all facts are carefully considered. This death investigation remains open pending for the results of these studies. There is no additional information that can be released at this time. There will be updates as our death investigation continues. Please keep the family and friends, as well as the University of Kentucky friends, in your thoughts and your prayers. Gary W. Ginn, Lafayette County Coroner. Okay. So remember, she was arrested. They were in her apartment. They arrested her. They charged her. This is how she shows up to court. She shows up to court, little red dress, got the makeup on, got the hairs done. Okay, so she pled not guilty. She's not guilty. And mind you, what she's charged with right now is not any kind of homicide. She was charged with concealing the birth of an infant, tampering with physical evidence, and abuse of a corpse. She says not guilty. Now here's the thing. Yes, she's a beauty queen. Here's the thing. She waived her right to a preliminary hearing. So what that means is this goes directly to the grand jury for review of evidence and to see if they're going to indict her. Now, she's been released on bond. She's out. She's on house arrest. She's living with her parents. But she's out. And I went to the court website, and I even went to VineLink to see when the grand jury next meets for Fayette County. But they don't have any information. Here's the deal. So her second hearing, which was just the other day, she showed up a little more demure. She showed up in black. So she's probably been looking or hearing some stuff on social media. Like, girl, don't be such a showing up for your hearing about your baby, and y'all looking like a glamour queen. Geek. God. Oh, so waived a right to preliminary hearing. The story is ongoing, and the Kentucky Colonel will provide updates as they become available. Why did they do that, Kentucky Colonel? Jeez. Jeez Louise. Okay, so that was our first one. Our next, and we'll be following Lake and Snelling a little bit here and there. There's all kinds of stuff out there that she was a mean girl, that, she's a beauty queen, that she was entitled, just all kinds of stuff. But I'm not going to go into that because this is just true crime on a dime. Next, what we're going to do, have you guys heard of there's a new Hulu documentary about Ellen Greenberg? Have you heard of her? I remember when this happened, and honestly, I don't remember it happening this long ago. But it was a very, very long time ago. 2011. You heard there was supposed to be who dat? Oh, you've been watching The Loving Case? You talk about the couple from Virginia? That Loving? Anyway, so Ellen Ray Greenberg was an American woman who died after sustaining 20 stab wounds. Her death was officially ruled a suicide, despite the 20 stab wounds, 10 to her back and her neck. Where is... Oh, hang on. I'll find it. There we go. Ready? Let me show you this. Stop sharing that. Here we go. Ready? Okay. This is where she was stabbed. Isabel Loving, 2 stupid parents who locked their child in a cage who lived in my area. Oh my God. Okay. So these are where she was stabbed. Okay. 20 different times. So here's just the on a dime thing. It's winter. She's living with her fiance. He leaves. He's going to go work out or something, guy thing, whatever. And she stays at home. So he comes back a couple hours later and he can't get in. They have one of those, like you see them in hotels. They're those latches. They have like that bar. And then there's another piece of metal that's kind of open and it flips over it. They have those kind of latches inside. So he's angry. He's like, Ellen, open the effing door. And no response or whatever. So he goes to get the security guy for their fancy smancy building. And they break the door down. They find Ellen in the kitchen. She's sitting sort of in a sitting position. And there's, blood all over the place. So he calls the police and they come and he gives them a story. And they're like, yeah, buddy, sure. But then they can see on the door the damage where they had to break it down and the inside was locked. And they lived many, many floors up in this fancy schmancy apartment building. So people are saying there's no way that, he was able to climb out on the balcony and get in through a sliding door or whatever. So let's see. So she had 20 stab wounds, 10 to her back and neck, and then 11 bruises. And so people are saying this is like, this is homicide, whatever. So they do one autopsy, and autopsy 1 says, yeah, this is homicide. And then her name is Greenberg. And her boyfriend's last name is Goldberg. She was a first grade teacher at Juniata Park Academy in Philadelphia. And her fiance's name is Sam Goldberg. Anyway, so he finally gets in, right? And The autopsy from the Philadelphia ME's office ruled the case as a homicide. The next day, the Philly Police Department differed with that conclusion, saying the death of Ellen Greenberg has not been ruled as a homicide. Homicide investigators are considering the manner of death as suspicious at this time. The medical examiner's office then changed its conclusion, saying in February that the death was a suicide. Right? Right? So here's the thing. They go through all of their investigations. They're like, all done. We're going to close this out. Yep. So Ellen's mom and dad, well, her family in general, all these years, they filed a lawsuit against the Philly Police Department and the ME office saying, you need to reinvestigate this, guys. So in March of 2019, remember this happened in 2011, Philadelphia Inquirer, which is a newspaper, released a front-page investigative report reviewing the suspicious circumstances surrounding Greenberg's death. Pittsburgh forensic pathologist Cyril H. Wecht, who challenged the single bullet theory of the JFK assassination, reviewed the case, determined it was strongly suspicious of homicide, and said he did not know how they wrote this off as homicide. Similarly, there's a forensic scientist, Henry Lee, who testified in the defense of O.J. Simpson, reviewed the case files and concluded the number and types of wounds. Now, we're still looking at it, okay? And here's the funny thing. If you look at this drawing, these are not down. Hi, Lindsay. We're doing True Crime on a Dime. This is Ellen Greenberg. Anyway, the stab marks are not down. Like if you were to take something and poke yourself in the back, there would be a down trajectory. There's not. Anyway, so her parents for the longest time have been asking for this thing to be reinvestigated. Bunch of podcasts, criminal podcast featuring Sarah Wecht. It's called Crime Junkie. Alyssa DeMarco's Alyssa True Crime. The Casual Criminalist. The 5 Weirdest Murders That Have Never Been Explained. Morbid, a true crime podcast. So there's been a lot. And like I said, now there's this Hulu documentary about it. So her parents have been asking for this thing to be reinvestigated and reopened because it's just stupid. Stupid. Exhausted, getting ready for bed. Me too, baby. I'm just phoning this thing in, to be honest with you. Because but I will be back here on Sunday. Sunday, I'm going to be doing Autism versus Asshole. Oh, I'm sure he did it, Pookie. Oh, the Loving Case. My tinfoil hat, Linz. Yeah. So anyway, Autism versus Asshole. We'll also be touching a little bit on something called pathological demand avoidance. And people who are neurodiverse have this, and you probably have had it at some point or another. Like, oh my God, I just don't want to go to work today. I don't want to go to work today. Or don't make me go to this birthday party. I don't even like them. I barely knew them. They were a coworker. When you're required to do something and you just don't have the energy, don't have the desire. Well, neurodivergent people have that. Neurodivergent people have that. And oftentimes that results in the rebellion or the no, and so we're going to talk a little bit about that. It's called pathological demand avoidance, or PDA. What does it mean if you're like that with everything? Oh, I don't know. probably means you're an adult now. Yeah, but there is something where, you know that you need to get up and take a bath or a shower. You know that you have to go to work because you have bills to pay. And then in the neurodiverse, or specifically people with autism, but this also affects people with like ADD, ADHD, that kind of thing. They just have such a hard time of making themselves do it, and it's demand avoidance. Hibernation. Oh, JP. Speaking of JP, I'm going to do my exit. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And if you need to talk to somebody about something specific, there's all kinds of helplines in my video description. And you know what? I wanted to talk about this just right quick. Remember the guy, last True Crime on a Dime? I was talking about Lorenz Krauss, the guy who confessed to the reporter. Bob has a video on it. Chasing has a video on it. Emmy, Headstones and Headlines, has been doing this deep dive into it. And she did some stuff tonight. He's actually going to court on Monday. Dude killed his parents and buried them in the backyard. 7 years later, they find out about this because he's on a recorded interview with a reporter admitting to all this stuff. So, dang, I am going to copy this link. Hopefully this works. But Emmy did a thing on it, and then she's going to cover his court stuff coming up. This is craziness, guys. Craziness. And when I was talking about helplines, made me think of him with no socks. I know, how disgusting. In shorts. You knew you were going to be on camera. What is wrong with you? Anyway, so there's helplines in my outro and in my video descriptions and in my about sections. So you don't have to be like on the edge of anything, but if you need some help, if you need some resources, just have questions, call these people. And I said that, it reminded me because JP wrote my music. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon on Sunday.